Hi, guys, and this is yet another episode of Love and Everything in Between podcast. And today we have two singles with us, and we would like to hear their perspective or their views and thoughts on marriage, relationships, and the dating space. I'm really curious to know about that dating space
because it's been a
that's
minute.
where my own question is gonna be coming from. But before we dive into it, we'll see you in a bit.
Hi and welcome back. We have two of my favorite people in the world here with us in the studio today. We have Uche Chika Elumelu.
Melu, because you have to say it complete.
Uche Chika. I've learned how to say it.
Uche Chika.
There's a kid.
She's an amazing actress and she's a really close
She's really
friend.
fun and interesting person to talk to.
And then we
Like
all
Stop it.
and then we also have
Tito.
he's a
Because I've always known you as Tito.
YouTuber, he's a movie reviewer and all round general cool guy.
Just a gentleman.
Like,
Sha.
all
I love that.
That
about
was the
him.
day he posted by mistake, posted girl's hand.
That was April Fool's Day.
Everybody.
Tito,
So you broke the internet.
woman.
I said what
Woman.
is
I said praise the Lord.
Thank God. That was a nice April Fool's. Anyway.
I kind of didn't buy it, child. Just like
Yeah, I was you wouldn't just say it like
shake
that.
them small. I love it.
Okay, so now, first and foremost, I know you personally.
You
I know
do.
You guys are great people. And sometimes it makes me wonder what is holding you guys up from taking the next step? Is
Is
it
it
a
choice?
personal choice? Is it what's going on outside?
It's the option.
You know,
Options are not making you happy.
Or is it that you just like, so what it is? What is it?
Don't do ladies first, yeah.
Wow.
my
Mind reader.
goodness.
What's keeping me from the next step? I don't know. It's a combination of things.
Okay.
Meeting people is tough these days.
Apparently.
There's that.
The streets are tough, man.
The streets are tough.
Okay.
There's the economic factor as well.
Okay.
The financial burden of dating falls more on men. And,
Yeah.
as the years have
Shame.
progressed, things have gotten, the
Yeah.
economy has gotten tighter. And that has had, impact
toll.
on dating, toll on
Yeah.
dating. Me personally, I've really started thinking more about how being a born-again Christian has affected dating for me.
Okay.
Because there are just certain parameters I operate within that are not conventional
Yeah.
and kind of catch people off guard. So I'm trying to
Balance that
balance
out.
that or
That's out.
figure that out. But I do believe that's a factor as well.
Okay.
Valid.
But I would I would have thought that when you see a Christian person that's
He
taking
would-
religion, maybe not religion, faith seriously, that would be a catch.
You get
Does-
Like, do you
I want to chime in.
Yes.
Well, I think it's also the unconventionalism of it.
Of it, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people feel like that's a red flag.
Really?
Yeah, like I mean, a lot of people, and unfortunately, some of the Christian sisters as well, because they say, "Oh, good girls want bad boys." I don't share that sentiment, but it's something that people
We'll say.
would say. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
But
yeah.
do you think there's any truth behind that?
Behind what?
Behind
Girls
the
want
good
bad
girls
boys.
want bad boys.
Behind the red, why would people see it as a red
Red
flag?
flag.
Because in my experience, what people are familiar with.
Okay.
Recently, I've been talking to a young lady, and we've been talking a lot of. I keep it very on the. We haven't seen. We've been talking for a couple of months, but we haven't seen. She's not in Lagos, but I've kept it very neutral, very above board.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
the fact that I haven't asked body count questions and questions about her ex and stuff like that.
You just
has
feel
made her a
like you're
bit
not
wary.
interested.
So I'm like uncharted territory. She feels like I'm not interested.
Yeah.
And
Because you've not asked for body count.
Yeah, it's a
and
thing.
Yeah, she kind of brought up, she wanted to talk about some freaky stuff. And I was like,
Don't do freaky.
no, you don't
Yes.
do freaky. I was like,
Not
I'm
yet.
not comfortable
Yeah, with that,
talking
yeah,
about
yeah.
that kind of stuff, especially not now. And
Okay.
and I think because we haven't seen each other
Yeah.
yet.
It doesn't just put a face to it.
So yeah, from me. So but just generally I tried those kind of like discussions about intimacy, I try and hold off on them as much as I
Much as you
can.
can.
And it caught her off guard.
Because that's not what they're
And
used to.
That's what she's used to. Most women are used to guys
Asking.
jumping
Yeah,
into
start.
it and everything.
Immediately.
It's
In fact,
familiar territory for them. So when they meet someone like me who is not about that, they don't really know how to handle me. So yeah, that's been my experience.
I saw one video yesterday. That God, when God sends the one that He wants, but He's not a freak. God, please take it back. And I'm like,
He's not a freak.
God, please
I'm
take it
like,
back.
okay, people want to match freaks here.
So this could be a reflection on the state of the society.
Society.
to a
It
large
is not even
extent.
could be.
Yeah.
That is what it is.
Because-
I heard something recently where they were telling me that there's dating allowance,
There's
girlfriend
girlfriend
allowance. Is that thing true? Because I'm serious. I was panicking. It's not funny.
And then they have girlfriend proposal.
That you must ask them out.
Get as you get. No, you will ask out, but you must.
Okay, so
Ask-
must make it a thing.
this girlfriend one, okay, so like I remember my boyfriend or my brother doing it for his then girlfriend, and I thought it was really cool, And now I'm seeing someone who isn't really a fan of that, and I'm realizing that I would have really liked that.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
like make it
so-
official. It doesn't have to be like a
Dinner.
will you marry me kind of thing, but just make it official.
So they make it official is valid
Yeah.
because
You
obviously
want to know
So
what
like
you're
I need
getting
to
into.
know
now
where
people can lead you on forever, right?
and
But for us, I think it was more about the demand. Like you need
Like
to
it
do
was
it,
a-
and you can't. It needs to be a grand gesture.
Gesture.
It can't just be, oh, we're sitting now. Oh, you know what? I really want
Like
us.
you can we take it
Yeah.
further or
Let's
something?
take the next step. I want us to date exclusively.
so I think that's where the generation of being like comparison conscious is because your friend got a proposal, you want to get something like
Like
that.
that.
You, so you're
Okay.
trying
So
to
you guys
measure
can all
so that
talk
you can
about
say
it.
that I'm not the only one that I'm not the witch that they did not propose to be the girlfriend. No, because that's the thing.
No, again,
Because
I'm actually understanding.
because
I'm visualizing it. and I'm like,
visualizing it.
okay.
I'm more of a lone wolf, so I have no marking scheme. Even I don't even look at my sisters because I'm like they had their life, I have
Of
my
your
own
own
life.
yes, and
Do
it
you
won't be the
understand?
same,
It won't be
obviously.
the same. Of all my sisters, my sisters were all married I'm 32 now, and they were all married before 30. So if I was looking at, oh my God,
God,
I would have been feel
yeah.
like a failure now. But I just feel like, well, I'm in a unique profession. I'm the only creative among them. There are realities that I cannot even shake. So this man I'm seeing now he's very stoic. He's by the book. He's a church boy, I would say. Yeah. Do you know? I mean,
Sounds
he
like
does.
my
It
kind of
doesn't
guy.
mean. It doesn't mean he doesn't know like
Happening
things,
happening
yes.
things and everything. So he's just like that this thing is leading towards marriage. But I just know. In fact, he has finally come out to say that my profession is a problem for him.
Oh, I was going to come to that. But
Yeah,
continue.
and this is after two of us have already said we love each other and we've shown that we love each other, and we're like, where do we now go from here? Because ain't nobody gonna give this up for anybody.
So he's not in the industry.
No, he's not in the
Definitely not.
industry.
You can't tell.
Yeah,
You can tell that he's not in the
no, he's
industry.
not in the industry. So it's just. So I'm just already answering what's holding me back. It's just when you see somebody that you like, and then this is an issue, but this is who you are, and this is what you do, and you're like,
Yeah.
I fought many battles to be here.
Yeah.
Many
You can't
battles.
So
just
now
throw it
just
all
give
out
and throw it all out.
Yeah.
So I think my next question to follow up for you was because I sometimes try to place myself in celebrities or people that are out there. You know, how do you tell when something is genuine? Because sometimes people come at you because I like
who
this
you
person,
out there.
or you are a trophy
Or
person.
what-
Like,
who they
I
believe
see this
you
person, I want to date this person just as a conquest. Like, you understand? So how can you filter like which is genuine, what's
genuine
genuine,
and what's just-
and then how do you let yourself go? Because you also are putting yourself out there, because you see where there are incidents where I was intimate, you were intimate with someone, and then the next thing you are seeing leaked videos. Like it's as if you can't do anything. You're constantly having
private,
to
you don't
check
have that.
yourself.
Discretion is
Yes.
very-
it's very delicate. Yes.
fickle
So
now, yeah.
How do you deal
How
with
do you
that?
deal with that?
See, in this life, you have to take out an insurance policy
Okay.
on every relationship. I tell myself, there's nobody who is above betrayal. If Jesus can be betrayed and
That's
denied,
actually very wise.
there is nobody. So I tell myself, I'm taking a risk. This person could be a different person tomorrow.
Yeah.
Only put out stuff that you know that tomorrow can be my
can
chest and
hold
say,
it
you know what,
to your
I
chest.
did it. I did it. So as far as it will not take me to jail, as far as it's not something that will not glorify God, I'm just like, you know what, I did it, and for what it was, I
It was
trusted
what?
the person.
at the time.
I don't think I should take the shame because that person should be
Must be fine.
ashamed.
Yeah, for doing
Yeah,
that.
so I
Yeah,
will
for
not take shame that
betraying.
is
betraying
not
the trust.
mine.
Yeah.
Exactly. So when things like that happen, I'm the last person to even say, why should she have put out, why should she have sent this picture somewhere? I'm like, why did that person leak pictures that should have been,
Private.
private,
yeah.
should have been burnt after reading or something. So that's where I just feel like, well, you will just brave the storm. Tiba has done it.
And she's
People have done it. She
Alive.
has not dropped dead.
No?
You're right, and
Fam,
thriving.
Everybody will be
Done.
okay. She will sang
All
about
right,
it.
and thriving.
At the
How
end
does
of the day,
it-
we give power to these things.
Yeah.
How does it work for you?
How
though?
does it work for you?
I'm still resonating on that. I will not take shame that is not mine. That's,
Yeah, that's
that's
such-
it.
Ah no, I will not
Amazing.
take shame. That's not mine.
Ah, no,
I
that's
have too much to deal with on my
On
own.
your own.
Down
I can't add that
to-
to
Ah,
you.
no, I can't add
At
that.
the end of the day, it's not yours. At the end of the day,
It's
the person was the one that was
Yeah.
dishonorable. But to your question, how do I handle such? Luckily, I'm not out there, but I'm very,
You are out
I'm
there,
very.
Not
I'm not
as out there
out
as
there, yes.
maybe an actress
You
or a
know,
musician,
yeah,
but,
no,
but I
that-
mean, you
But we
are
shall
out
know
We
that.
know you.
Yeah.
there. You are known beyond your family and friends.
Right. I'm a very private person too, so I guess that's why I stagger things out. I guess when I meet somebody, I'm just trying to evaluate their intentions and all that. And with time, people reveal themselves,
Themselves.
and you can figure them out. So yeah, it's just something I consider. I haven't had too many issues with it, or it hasn't been such a huge thing. Because I'm trying to think back if I've met any young woman and it's been because, this is Tito from Instagram or Tito from YouTube or anything like that. Not necessarily. Sometimes they find out. Sometimes they find out on their own. I just play it off and I
As
just
if,
keep
yeah,
it,
it's
keep
cool,
it
yeah.
pushing. Yeah. So it's not an issue, and I hope it doesn't become
Become
an
an
issue.
issue. So situationships
Seems to be the order of
of
the
the
day.
of business now because I hear that some people
Situationship.
Actress, like acting drama now.
So,
I hear
so-
there's 6 months contracts. I'm like, wow,
Just
wow,
different
wow.
things
Different
going on.
things. I'm like, what's going
And
on?
I mean, something you said at the beginning about the streets being tough, all that.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot out there in terms of I don't even know how to qualify that, but it seems a lot of people still want to get married. Everybody still wants to get
Yeah,
married.
my but
So I'm a bit confused about this conundrum. All of you want to get married, but you're not all doing the thing
that will get
lead
you
to
there.
the
that
marriage.
will-
So
So
You're all
what's the
doing
problem?
all the things that
will
are
not
going
lead
to
you to marriage.
So
it sets confusion in my head. I'm like, what's going on?
Because I know you recently started, trying an online dating.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
A
posted
month
about
ago.
that.
Yeah,
Wow.
I got on Bumble.
Yeah,
I got on Bumble.
yeah, and
Signed
I
up.
was like, okay, you don't reach like this.
Like it's as in,
So, you understand?
Like,
In Nigeria, it was not about online dating.
Yeah, because I didn't
friends
think
would
it was a
introduce
thing.
you. You go somewhere, you meet
Apparently,
somebody.
yeah.
So what's going on? Like we want to be states of affair, about the states of the nation.
yeah.
Give it to us.
I call it the state of the dating economy.
Thank you.
Yeah, I like that.
You don't share like
Gung, 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 gung. What's happening?
Okay, so you started with situationships.
Yes.
Yeah, so it seems to be they're very popular. People have needs. People they want both, right? The people want
Best
to
of both
settle
worlds.
down, yes, but also they
Take
want their
out it.
situations. I'm sorry, their needs
In the
met.
meantime,
In the meantime, kind of thing. Everyone wants companionship. People have urges and whatnot, and if they can find somebody who is on the same wavelength, then hey, let's try it out. If it leads to a relationship or it leads to marriage, all well and good.
But if it's sorry to cut
No,
you,
I'm-
but if it's a situationship, it's already not
Is the
primarily to
confusion?
marriage. Because so you say I'm going into this thing, and I think it plays into that whole you're just living a lie and you don't want to tell yourself the truth. If I'm in a situationship with someone, it is highly unlikely
That
that
you
is
will not catch
leading
feelings.
anywhere. No, that is leading anywhere. Now, I'm the catch feelings or the other person the catch feelings. It's possible.
that's why they say hope is the most dangerous thing in this world.
Somebody exactly said that hope, selling hope.
Hope. So for me, let me not lie. Let me not lie.
Don't like those things. Don't like those things.
Situationship is what works for me more because
Really?
I won't lie, I've broken hearts of
Okay.
very good men because I got into relationships too fast, and because I was more reactionary, like, oh my God, Uche, you're so awesome, you're so good, and they were so good to me. I didn't really remember
way.
that I was being in it for the idea of them and not really because I saw them in the long haul. So I know that for someone like me, I want to pussyfoot. I want to first watch. Let me see, let me see, let me see. So at the end of the day, I find out that situationships work more for me. Yeah. So in the one that I currently am, I'm just like, it could lead because both of us we're very alike. And so we're gauging. And I think it doesn't work when one person is not like that and the other person really wants a relationship. So just find somebody that is also is going to be in
same
that
space.
that tentative mood, like
And then stick
okay.
with it.
So that's why it still works for us. Because both of us are not, one person isn't catching more feelings
Than the
or
other.
more desperate than the other. Exactly. I think when you just find out that you're alone in that desperation or that eagerness, just walk away. There's no need.
So don't go into
Don't need.
situationship looking for love. Just
Yes.
Go for whatever it is.
whatever
that-
it
what
is
that you
at
and
the
make
time.
sure that the person mirrors
What you are
what
looking
it is
for.
that
Yeah.
you want, because
Okay.
you don't want to be hanging in the cold
Okay,
alone.
sorry.
Yeah.
Please,
Okay, so
but-
dating.
No, everything that which
Eh,
is
so
said.
dating.
Everything that what
I'm
to
not-
just
I'm not- I'm
You have not
not-
answered the app one. How is app now?
How is
Is
it
now
now?
rampant.
How have we now entered the?
Sorry. Is it a different question? Are we talking about the apps now? Online
You know, it was
dating?
part of what
No,
we said.
so
that
it was
right.
just
you know, you were starting
now
with the
it's
whole.
gone. You're doing online dating. Is that the new normal? Is it
it
that
safe? Is
it's,
it-
it's now difficult to actually find
People on the street.
Yeah.
who it is about? We are dating to try and marry.
Well, you guys have asked two different questions.
Okay.
So online dating is the norm now. It's the order of the day. Even before COVID, people are more insular now, right?
Yeah.
Especially after COVID. So now more people, I forget the numbers or the stats, but more people are meeting online than in person. And
Absolutely.
I mean, social media.
social media is also a factor. There are fewer third places like house parties, hangouts, all those things.
Okay, we had those.
But we don't have
That's
so
meet
much,
in person.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
we don't have those things these days. So what we do have is the online space. So it's more the norm now. And to your question, Rogba, about Bill's question was online dating. Your question was it
It was specifically about
And I said, is this safe? As in, how do they filter people?
because
Okay, yeah, so-
because the online space is
I can lie about
it's whatever
whatever
you
I
want
think
it to
You
be.
can project.
I can curate.
Yeah.
right?
So how is it
So
safe?
how isn't that
Pros and cons, so yes, there's lots of there's catfishing.
Yes.
On not just in Nigeria, but I think in other parts of the world.
World as well. Yes.
The online platforms are places where sex workers now operate. So and some of them they don't even package. They don't even lie about it.
They do it with their
babe-
chest
with
now.
their
I
chest.
saw-
Yeah,
sorry, I saw one
Literally with
video.
their chest.
Yeah.
I saw
With
one
the
video. One girl
Nice.
was throwing a tantrum
That's
that she slept with a guy and he didn't pay her. And she did it live. I was blown.
Shame.
I was like,
so. I
Auntie,
think it's the.
this is prostitution. Like
Like-
they're calling it. I can't remember what she called it to. Whether she
We had a
said
good
that
time
we
or
had a
something.
couple. I can't remember. But my head I was like,
Thanks for coming.
it is prostitution.
That's what I say. The CIA
Why
couldn't
we-
waterboard
why we-
this information out of me. How we got with it?
Why we all
WhatsApp could not.
I mean, dating is very transactional now. That's one of the major issues. With it. It's very, very
Yes.
transactional.
And he's mentioned that.
Yeah, it's very transactional. Women believe men just want sex. Men believe women just want money.
Yeah.
So, at the onset, pretty much, people are like, let's just do what we came here for. So that's the nature of things. So, but how online dating is... Online dating, the problem with it, like I said earlier, pros and cons. But the problem with online dating is that a lot of nuance is taken out from the experience of meeting
I
someone.
agree.
True.
When you're, chatting, when you're, phone call, even when you see the person, when you're swiping and everything, when you're reading their bio, you don't have the context of seeing their reactions, getting the vibe.
There's nobody,
from
and
them.
body language is
It's
tells-
important. It
Yeah,
tells a
it
lot.
the tone of your voice and
Yes.
everything,
Yeah.
So all that is taken away from the experience, and that's why some people advocate for meeting as quickly as possible, so that you can now gauge,
So you can get that out of the
situation,
way,
can get
yeah.
that. See, because you guys will know this even outside of the online dating space. this person's energy online on
Yeah, it's
WhatsApp
completely
can be
different
different
different,
from when you
yes.
meet
A
them.
lot of
Yes.
times.
You know,
A lot of
it
times,
happens
yeah.
a lot. So that's one of the huge disadvantages of online dating, and
Dating.
that's why, you know, seeing that it's something that's at scale now, that's why there's a lot of one of the reasons why there's lots of dissatisfaction with online dating and why people aren't really meeting the right kind of people. There are
People.
several other reasons that, you know, that has made online dating a bit of a wild west kind of situation. But that context of, you know, the emotion and the connection, the human
yeah.
element
Yeah,
is being
so much,
taken out
yeah, it's taken out.
is one of the
there's
huge downsides.
you
Yeah.
don't even know if you're
Talking to
a
ChatGPT.
chatbot.
Or a guy,
Yes,
you know,
or
a guy.
underage or
And funny enough,
something.
my sister also wanted to try at one point in time, but this was a matchmaker kind of person. You know, he paired up with someone, they met up somewhere, and there and then that same day, we're at the mall, you are talking, and then he now says, "Oh, come and sleep over in the
Come and
house.
sleep over in
I'm
the
traveling tomorrow."
So
I'm
you
like,
just
what's going on?
just like
So
that.
she was like, "No, I don't do that," and then she left. And then the next thing, he now calls the
And it was
matchmaker
matchmaker.
and saying that, "What kind of person did you send to
Did
me?
you
She was
send to
coming on to
me?
me." And you know, you
It
know what
just
was
became
painful was
a
he didn't
mess.
hear both sides of the story. Just took, and I'm like, so what's the criteria really? That's like, how can you vouch for this person?
Yeah.
And then and then the thing is, you know, I've heard this a couple of times when talking to guys, especially guys. I mean, with women too, but guys, there are
many
too many
options.
options
So many
There's
for me to
that.
be stressing myself
Myself
over
over.
over you. There are too
But
many
I think
options.
it takes it away
The wala
because
is too much.
I remember
They
the
go.
first time
So
you
where's
meet
the
someone you
chase?
like, and you guys are talking for hours. You know, there's that thing of, oh my goodness, we were talking like wanting
Discovery,
to know
exploration.
yourselves, and then all of that is just
But
gone. Like,
sometimes now, those days when they do midnight call, you know, where is the person? Where the person day
Midnight
today
call.
now?
I can proudly say with my chest, the person
Yeah,
is
no,
there.
the person is there. But I mean, those things, even though some of them were not end goal, but there was still
there was
character building.
Yeah, there was.
There was character
You
building.
can't deny that there was something
Yes,
there.
and then you know what to look out for.
oh, exactly. But
So,
this one
so
now,
I leave this relationship knowing, okay, this is what
next
works.
time
This is
I
what
learned
didn't
this,
work.
I didn't learn
and
this.
then I'm
You
moving
understand?
into the next
And you
one with
build
lessons.
conversational
But this one is
skills.
just
How
It's all
far
the
are
same.
you? Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
It's scary.
I don't know. People are trying.
It's so-
I,
I don't know
I
how
don't
that
like.
would take on. I don't know how that would take because
If it was in this era, probably would just be a nun because I don't know
but
what.
in this era I would not get married. I would just be Christian.
This will just
Because it's
you will just be
Yeah.
chopping.
Yeah, I get
it was
you.
hard.
Yeah. But now
Because
it's
you have to
easy.
do you have to do
Yeah.
plenty
I won't even
things.
lie. I
must prove.
have considered that, but I think I like companionship. I am. My parents have the best marriage.
Aw.
My sisters are in wonderful marriages,
Marriages.
so I know that that's the
It's-
end
it's
goal
possible.
for me. It's possible.
Yeah.
It's just so for me now. If you're not on the same, if you don't like the kind of things that I like, sense of humor,
Yeah,
It's
you
very
know,
key.
intellect, it's key. So it's not just, so for me, it's not about, I don't know how to even be with a man just because he provides for me or just because he's a man of means. Do you understand? It has to be, we have to connect on a conversational, very
level.
basic
I
level.
think you're
First
too
of
old. You're
all,
still old school.
first of all,
Older siblings
first of all,
now.
it has to be before we now even go to the point of, oh, let me put you on an allowance or anything, because I just feel like if I think of all the reasons I'm with someone and it only stops at
Money
economics,
provision. Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
like that's my cue to leave.
Yeah.
That has to be
It's
my
not enough.
cue. It's not actually enough, and because I'm always in the house, so I'm always thinking when we get married, how
going
are
to
we?
come out,
We
yeah.
have to be enough for each other.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just that. And on the topic of kids, because I'm not even convinced that I want children. I'm a never say never kind of person.
Yeah,
But for
'cause-
now, my answer is no
No,
on
okay.
children.
We've
So
had that conversation
we've had that
before.
conversation exactly, and so I need somebody that I know that if this is it for life,
It's
this
okay
person is
with
going to
it.
be enough for me,
Yeah.
like in and out with the quarrels and the makeups and everything. I know that this person is my person. So I need someone who is almost like a sibling and a partner. And I think that's why I spent so much time just knowing that this wasn't for me and walking away from relationships. Because when I got to the point where I knew that this wasn't for me, I said,
There's
"Let me
no
don't
need.
bother. Let me just go find my own person." And I have the best relationship with my exes because it doesn't work out doesn't mean that we're now
Cannot be
enemies.
friends, yes.
I just know that it just did.
You just
And
want
then because
for-
you are
was-
honest up front.
I'm
Yeah,
honest of
You're
exactly.
not there still
I'm
leading
not there
this
to keep
person
deceiving them because I could have been married now. A lot of people still say, God, this person was your ex. How did you guys
get
marry?
married?
You know, somebody I was dating was like, oh, congratulations, that's your boyfriend. But at the end of the day, it wasn't still enough for me because
person.
I know what I'm looking for.
Okay.
Do you understand? So my singlehood now doesn't surprise me because I know that when I find that person, it's just
You
going
will
to
know.
it's just going to be like meshing gears, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
So funny about what you said earlier about, if you weren't married now, if you're still single,
Yeah.
you don't think you'd get married.
Yeah.
I often say to myself that it's just because I'm like a born again Christian and because sex is only allowed in marriage
Marriage.
for a Christian. That's the only thing that's really
Holding
the
you-
main thing that is making me desire marriage.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
because
right.
if not, then
There's no need.
there's no need. And this is the problem lots of men have, and it's at some point men decided, I don't know whether it's collectively or whatnot, that women. I'm trying to pick my
not
words
saying- yeah,
carefully.
yeah.
So
But
that they don't
They don't come for
they
you.
don't come for me. But let me elaborate. Right, men should not see women as just sex objects. We shouldn't. But for some reason, we
They've
are.
gotten to that
We've
point.
gotten to that point, which is why men ask this question: what do you bring to the table? And women do not like that.
Yeah.
Because maybe there's some truth to it.
We're going,
Because
this argument we must have this. Because
Sorry,
we've
it's
had
not
it as well.
argument.
It's not an argument.
So here's the thing: if I mean, I don't want to sound
like a caveman,
chauvinist
like
or
I
whatever,
just sounded.
But here's the thing: if you ask me what I bring to the table, and I can tell you,
As a man? Or?
yes, as a man, if I can tell you X,
Y,
Y,
Z.
Z is what I bring to the table,
Then you
then
too.
you should be able to tell me
I'm also bringing
this is what I bring to
WX.
the table
ABC.
without saying sex or looks, because we can both
By
provide
looks.
sex. No, we can both provide.
we both
sex.
enjoy
enjoy
and
it.
provide.
And yes,
Let's even say
it's
Auntie, you
both
don't
ways.
enjoy it, it's okay. But we
But
can
we
both
both bring it.
bring sex to the
Yes.
table. And we can both bring
looks
looks to the table. We
table.
can do that. That's
Yes.
number one. Number two, if what you're providing for me is something I can buy, then you're not bringing
Then there's no
jack.
novelty there.
You're not bringing anything because I can pay for it. Now, that's not to
Well-
say. So, for example, we had one weird argument. We have some very, very strange.
Is it one?
imagine.
Exactly.
But there was. I remember
I need
one
to know,
time.
did I win this one?
It wasn't. That's the day. A winning.
Was it a
argument.
winning
It was the day. It's a joke. It was the day you said you wanted a cook.
Okay.
A cook.
Yes, cook.
I want to hear
Chef.
this. A
Oh,
chef.
cook. Okay.
And I said, what problem? You want chef? No wahala. You be paid for the chef, not me. And she said, but to something. I said, Auntie, if you are outsourcing everything that you are doing for me, if you
There's
are
nanny.
outsourced nanny, I'm taking care of my children.
Laundry.
You have outsourced laundry. You have
No, I
outsourced.
didn't outsource laundry.
No, I'm saying if you have.
Okay, if I have,
That is-
okay.
I'm not saying you actually.
So I
do
didn't
it.
outsource laundry.
If you outsource, then you now want to outsource feeding me. If it's only Nax that is
Yeah,
left,
so they do serves.
there's nothing else now.
Yeah.
So if Nax is the only thing you are giving me,
Giving.
then why am I married to you?
Yeah.
You know, we were joking about
Yeah.
it, but
Yeah.
do you get what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I
So-
did joke.
If we're
oh.
keeping it a buck, I get where
like
where
why-
you come, where
so
you're
you
coming
can't
from.
come to me and tell me, oh, I bring all this to the table. Hello, and
I'm
I
having
I
kids.
can pay for all
yeah.
this.
All this, yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
But
Can adopt children.
But you have you manage my home. You have my kids. You are also contributing to the. I'm not saying you have to do all of it.
Yeah.
But tell me,
What are
this
you
is
bringing?
what I'm actually. I can categorically tell people why why I married this woman and what she's putting on the table.
On the table.
Do you understand? I know what it is, and I know if she's not there, it's a minus. Do you understand? So
definitely.
if me not being in your life is going to be a minus, then you not being in my life should also
Should
be
equally
a minus.
not. Yeah.
And it should be balanced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? So I think that's why that whole
What do you bring to the
the
table
table.
thing?
it's
Generally,
valid.
it's a red flag if I hear that question, Sha.
No,
I'm
the thing is,
sorry.
but
I don't
if he
want
has
to ask it,
if he
and I
has
don't want
ask-
to hear
but
it.
don't want to be
if
asked.
he has to ask it,
Eh,
something is wrong.
For the sake of argument,
But
yes.
if she
he
has
has-
to ask it, something
if
is
I
wrong.
have to ask you, something
Something
is
is
wrong,
wrong.
and vice versa.
Yes.
Okay.
When asked that question of what do you bring to the table, what would be the things you expect like should be on the table? What is valid to be on the table?
What are the things that someone you believe that people need to bring to a relationship? What do you think are valid reasons for getting married to someone?
So, okay, for the sake of argument
Yes.
and conversation, let's say there's really a table, right?
Yeah.
There is it.
I
It's right here.
I I feel any. I don't think there are specifics. I feel anything that completes you as a person, anything that you feel you're lacking on your own, and you would want someone to like compliment. So for me now, I don't things that have to do with hands. I'm not the best at.
Okay.
So I've had partners in the past who were very good cooks, and that was one of the things I looked out for. And I was like, oh, and and they'll really make good meals for me, right? So in that way now, I don't see cooking as a gendered role. I just see it as one
Yeah.
of those
Things
things.
that-
And I can make my own money. I'm better with cerebral stuff. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So I'm the entertainment. I'm the I'm the jester. Do you understand? I can fend for myself. You don't have to bother about,
Yeah.
that encumbrance. Do you understand? So all of those. So I know that there are certain things in the house that I will already bring to the table.
Yeah.
So like if you're good with your hands, if you clean, I clean. So cooking, if you're a good cook, if you're the kind of person that can engage me on that cerebral level, spiritually sound, of course, because the altar of the family has to be secure. All of those things are things I look for in a partner. So before a man of means, all those things are extra. Of course, it'd be nice to be spoiled. It'd be nice to, but those are
not the
not.
end
Those
all
are
and be all.
secondary.
Yeah.
Secondary matters, really.
Okay, so Tito.
Yeah.
For me personally, right? I don't know. I think, and this is the sorry, I just keep on going to like men and the things that I've heard about this whole conversation, but I've heard recently that men don't, why men are like upping their standards, if I, for lack of a better term, is that we've realized that we're not valued for our personality or the love we can provide, but more for the economic, whatever, our wallets
What
and
he
whatnot.
can do, what he
Yeah,
can
what
do
he
for
can
me.
do. And that's really a thing. So women don't necessarily see us,
For you,
for us,
for us, yeah.
And I can agree with that because I think I have a great personality, and I've gotten into like getting to know women, and they will say, Tito is a great guy, he's a very good guy, but his career path is not the one that aligns with me, or that he doesn't earn what I would like my partner to earn. So there is merit to that. Personality and having personality, wanting to be loved and appreciated and understood. Those are things that I desire. So I think those are the things
Things
I
that you
look
would like,
for. In a partner.
to bring to the
I
table.
realized recently with a friend that words of affirmation is my own love language.
Mine
So-
too.
Aw.
Talk to me.
Tell me sweet nothing.
Like, don't tell me to look at your actions. They speak loud.
Yeah.
Still talk.
Speak it.
So I noticed recently from an interaction with a friend that words of affirmation is my own love
Love
language,
language.
right? So that's also something that I would look for in a partner. So that understanding, mutual respect, mutual understanding, personality, sense of humor, like which you mentioned, all those things really, they do matter to me, and those are things I look for. All the, like you said, with outsourcing, I mean, laundry, cooking, there are lots of things that could be outsourced. So I'm not really
Big on that.
Big
on
on
those
that.
My partner
things.
being the person doing those things, right?
Exactly,
I
yeah.
get
So
that.
that's not really my thing, but just how to like compliment me and understand me.
Which is key.
Those are the
And
things
see
that
you,
I
basically.
and
Key.
yeah, those are the things
Like
that
you
I
have to
really,
be a home in a person.
yeah, you
Because
know.
I want to be that person for you as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then trust too, because I'm really big on
Trust
trust,
is
you know.
key.
And these are lots of things that are very scarce these days.
Yeah.
You get so those are the things I look for. I hope to hear when I ask that question or rephrase that question. What do you bring to the table? What are the things that there are different ways. So I think the problem women have is that question, but that question can be rephrased.
Yes.
You don't just have
You don't have to just
not
say it
say,
like that.
what do you
Put it
bring
on
to
the
the table?
Mhm.
You can throw them up and say, so what do you look for?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
discretion now matters.
Matters. Sure you get.
That's even part of what I believe.
That's even part of the
Sabi talk, abi, you know sabi
exactly.
talk.
I also think that another reason I'm not too. I mean, it would be nice to have a provider husband.
Yeah.
But if you don't want children consciously, right? There's this individualistic way that you would already see your companionship. I think that that's another factor too, because a lot of women may have been okay just fending for themselves.
Yeah.
But when children are in the mix,
That's
just
responsibility.
responsibilities
That's
are more than yourself. So I also see from their point of view when they say, oh, I want a man
guy
of
who
means.
can
I want somebody who's going to bring it,
turn on
even
the
though I have my
tide.
own money. My money is my money. His money, because when children
one's a
come
whole other
into
thing. That's my
there's
money, is
there's
my
more
money, and your money is
there's more pressure on resources. So
But
I
she's not necessarily
totally
thinking
get
of just herself. She's
herself.
also
Think
thinking of
about
the
two
kids.
children
Family, yeah.
or two
Yeah.
children
Little friends.
exactly.
Yeah.
So
Both friends.
I also want us to not like we're knocking
Discount
it,
it,
but I
yeah.
also advocate for them whenever I can. Like, don't knock it too much, because I mean, it's not just herself
even-
that
yeah.
she's thinking about.
And I mean, for decades or even centuries, women have prioritized, when looking for a partner, economic viability.
Yeah.
And men have prioritized looks and nurture. So this has been the situation for
For
centuries.
And
centuries, yes.
birthing
Now
hips
we're
was even a
upending
thing.
it.
at
Yes,
some
of course.
point,
That means you have
yes.
hip bearing,
Hips.
you have childbearing
Childbearing
hips
hips.
For like
yes.
8 children.
But I think what has changed now and why we have issues now is because of the economy.
Economy.
Yeah, so men are maybe
not cheap.
requiring pay, we
It's a
need
joint
to do
venture.
50-50
It's a
or you
joint
need to
venture.
chip in.
Yeah.
And women are not too down with that.
Because
you
it's not what
know.
they're used to.
Not what they're used to. Plus, the kickback you may also hear is that, while I'll be chipping and then you now probably even cheat on top.
But she too can also probably cheat on top.
But
Because
it's
there
the
was a poll.
consequences,
There
yeah.
was a poll
Yeah.
that
Or which
While
of that
ago.
poll?
Married
I still
women.
don't believe
Yeah.
that
In
poll.
Nigeria.
I don't know why I don't
Yeah,
believe
cheat
it.
the
It's
most.
just
cheats the most.
women
I
are
still don't believe that poll.
Because women are silent.
we're sleek.
No,
so
no,
I
no, no,
I
no.
totally
Auntie,
understand
leave
how
this
that
thing.
can
I
be
lived in a house. I once lived in a house with a lot of women, young women.
Of marriageable age.
Of marriage. Understand? They're not prostitutes,
Right.
and none of them was married. But the way they would chop and clean out, it's not the same way a guy can chop and clean out.
naturally.
Like woman will cheat
Well-
now, enter the next room, continue. The next place continue. None of them
It's very
will
possible, yeah.
even possibly comprehend that she is cheating. Do you understand? But with men, it's either ego will do you're not gonna be doing anyhow, or you will slip up, or so that's why I believed the poll. Like, when a woman wants to cheat, if she sets her mind to it, they
You can
you will
spend
never know.
years and you never know.
You will never know.
I beg to disagree.
But
We're
it's
not going to go into
Sister,
that.
Society
disagrees.
makes out different consequences when cheating is involved, Sha. Because usually when a man cheats, you never think, oh my god, that marriage is over. You always think she'll probably
She'll
forgive him.
him.
But when a
But
woman
cheats,
cheats, it's
ah!
like, hey, foundations of the world
Oh,
are
that's
shaking.
true. That one
Everywhere is
safe. That one
brrr.
safe day.
You know, and all of that. And I actually think on the low, many men forgive their wives. Don't just say it, because you
won't
look
come
like
outside
the
now.
like the Jew that forgave his wife.
Yeah, true. This is such an interesting conversation. I'm having like
I'm
the
having
time
fun.
of my life.
I'm having fun.
I'm blowing your mind.
Yes.
sir.
Yes, like
As they were the specimen.
Yes, it's fun. But I mean, let's reverse the roles a bit, because we've been asking questions and questions and questions. Are there any questions that you've always wanted to ask married people? I mean, we've not been the longest in marriage, just 14 years.
Wow.
Just
Mad, oh.
Just.
Yeah.
can I add the dating time too?
no. That was dating. Dating is dating.
It's like 20 years of my life.
Marriage is marriage. I should be the one
my
complaining.
God.
I was the cradle snatched
okay,
one.
it's okay.
But let's leave it
It's okay, it's
alone.
okay.
Wow.
Yes.
So, like, are there any questions that you've always wanted to ask, and
I have a question.
Okay,
shoot.
please.
What are the challenges women bring to you guys, single babes? What are the challenges that they talk about or share with you guys in terms of finding a guy and settling down? What's their problem with guys?
On speaking to a couple of young ladies, single ladies, challenge they seem to get is that the guys are either too much in a hurry, and if you don't give that response of what
On to
they
the
want,
next.
onto the next one, so they're not interested. Like, there's no getting to know the person. Like, now you talk to me, oh hi, I got your number. Okay, so after, what do you do? Where are you from? It's, how can we hook up? Or someone is saying, okay, I want to hook up with you, and the location he's sending is a hotel. Why are we going to a hotel? The lounge. What if you spike my drink, and then that? So you see, you're not too sure of anybody's intention anymore. So you're always like kind of like second guessing, and then she gets more younger guys. The person in question speaking to gets more younger guys that don't so they're not serious. You understand? And then when they're not here at age, they're like, why aren't you married or settled or something? So all of that happens. And then I think across board, because the guys know that they have options, attention span is very short.
Short.
I think that's
Yeah, the
that's
illusion,
honestly
Yeah, the attention
primary
span is
problem
short. Yeah.
is there are options.
For guys.
If
guys.
I'm not ready to get married, where you hear guys complain is when they want to marry.
Married.
Yeah.
And then I'll say, they are no
No
good,
good
girls.
girls.
Good girls.
Because they've spent
all of a sudden.
spent all the time defining all the girls that could have been good girls.
Exactly.
You
So yeah,
understand?
I think that's usually
I think that's the major issue.
that they have.
It's the guys are just not willing to take the time
to get to know anybody.
to get to know anyone. They just
You just want to hit it and run and
Yeah.
go. So
Got it.
it's
got
hard.
it, got it. Any
So,
question
any
for
question?
them?
Have you ever regretted? What do you do when you're tempted to say, "Oh, should I have married this person?"
But that one, it happens steady.
It
Don't worry.
happens.
That's regrets that you married
Yeah.
this person.
Yeah,
It
it
happens.
happens.
It
So,
happens.
because I imagine that for 14 years it couldn't have been like all sunshine and roses.
Can tell you for free.
There are days. There are days.
How do you-
There are days you will
There
wake
is
up.
even birthday. You don't want to post. But you know that if you don't post, you will get calls of what's going on. So when you're even writing the message, oh, the love, it's a lie. You're not the love of my
There are days you're
life.
looking at this person and you're thinking, it's just a pillow, just a pillow over the face.
It's all that you
I'm
need.
free. I can move on with. Do you understand? But I think what keeps you going, and it's something that we always advocate, friendship.
Yeah, marry your friend.
It's
Marry your friend.
Marry your
bigger
friend.
than any emotion. It's
Any
bigger
butterfly,
than any
any-
butterfly. We speak to our kids, and our kids say that one of the things that they say about us is that we're like buddies. We're like friends. They
Actually,
don't even really the concept of them being
You said roommates.
yes. The concept of these people are in law. It's not really
It's
there.
not really
It's
there.
more of these guys are like roommates.
They're friends.
They're just always, they always cracking
Goofing
jokes
around.
with each other. They're always playing. When I even try to say, oh, is it brother and sister? Like, no, brother and sisters are always fighting. But
you guys, you just
you get so it's the friendship because you will always forgive your true friend.
Yeah.
You will always make allowances for your
your
true
true
friend.
friend.
You will. So when the emotions are not there, the friendship will carry the
Carry,
relationship, and then it's what makes you want to reignite the emotions. It's what makes you want to rekindle the flame. Because I mean, you don't look at something. I beg, I'm tired.
Otherwise, it will
You
just.
just move on.
And I feel like when people don't have that friendship
Friendship.
as the foundation,
There's no will to fight.
there's nothing to fight
Fight
for.
for.
So once the emotions are gone, once the
fire, the
butterflies
spark.
have died,
Spark everything. And like, you know
why
what?
am I here? I
Why
don't
am
want
I
to
here?
do this thing
Myself,
again.
And this is it even buttresses my point about this is what I am looking
For
for.
finding your one person.
Yeah, like your one
and
person.
It's valid.
Because
it's valid.
so finding your person is not really about finding a set of physical characteristics or economic characteristics in a person. It's finding that person that you are
gets
willing to
willing to
be
make the
with.
efforts
That person that
for
you are
and
willing
with.
to fight for.
For.
Despite
That's
all
it.
odds.
Yeah.
Fight.
That's the struggle, Abby.
Yes, I
That's
have one
fine.
last question. Sorry,
That's
I have one.
fine.
Do you guys have any memorable dates you've gone on or worst dates you've gone on? What has been the
Oh, yeah,
worst
that
dates
was
you've
it.
been on?
Like do you have,
Just look on
you have
that.
dates from hell.
Funny enough, I don't.
Oh, lucky. So which
Yeah.
memorable
So
one do you have?
So memorable.
Okay, well, it's always going to be, for now, it's still my memorable. On my birthday, he projected on the
Screen.
cinema screen Zalubia Sansitebe. It's Croatian for I love you. Babe. And yeah, he's, well, he is still a marine engineer. So,
Okay.
like, he speaks many languages,
Languages,
you know.
okay.
That was actually a good relationship. Like, he was really present, and that birthday was really special.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then you walked away.
And you walked away.
We are
Well,
looking
he's
at
married
you.
now. He got somebody who is better suited to his needs.
And that's fair.
Yeah,
That's perfect.
no, that could have been my person, but he wants children.
Oh.
And you are really big on
Yeah,
this.
so we after a while, like maybe 2 years before he now moved
on.
on, we had a conversation about should we get back since we have not even seen anybody. But I don't want to force my choice on anyone.
But
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, but good man, wherever you are, you know yourself.
So Tito,
Dates from hell.
or
most
memorable
dates.
dates.
Many, just a couple of dates where, but they even dates. I think I was under the impression that
You are on a date.
we're hanging out.
Okay.
So, and it was 2 times, She's laughing already. So we went to go and see, movies. One of them was a Transformer movie. Something memorable happened that night. Because after the movie, I remember seeing on CNN that a celebrity passed away, but I can't remember who it was. But it was on 2 separate occasions. I thought we were hanging out. I kind of got the vibe that these ladies liked me. But the way they said, let's go and see this film now, and maybe because they know I'm really big on film. So when I go and see the film, I thought we were just
Hanging out.
hanging out and everybody's paying for answering their father's name. Well, I got to the counter now. I paid for how many tickets? I won, and I looked, and people, I said, apparently too.
It's the head scratch for me.
So yeah, that was the end. And we saw the movie, but yeah,
But then,
peace out.
juices.
Deuces. I felt
This didn't even
scammed.
pay for my ticket.
How dare you?
Oh my
I thought
God.
we were just
We
hanging
didn't get
out.
to the table
I didn't
then.
know what I was doing. So yeah, so
Don't be angry.
you don't be
It's because I know
angry.
you.
Yeah. So sometimes I try and be very black and white about these things now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are we just going as friends or
I mean,
what's going on?
And I love this thing in a man. I don't know. You might think it's we're being too pedantic. I like it. Break it down
Down.
for
Yeah.
me.
It makes
Like
it
I'm a
easy
5-year-old.
for you, yeah.
Let's
It
was
know. Let's
clarity.
not be playing games. We're adults.
Well, I don't.
But any memorable dates though?
Memorable dates. Honestly, no. I going out on physical dates. I don't. I haven't.
No, but there was a girl that took you out that you did a whole.
That was shit.
Oh, that was a friend.
Okay, that was your friend. Okay.
Was it
okay.
my was she missed my birthday or something?
Oh,
So
okay, so
she
she
made
was
up
trying to make it up
for
to
it
you,
and took
okay,
me out,
okay.
picked me up.
Uh.
Passenger side is nice, so
Let us hear what.
I was there and I'm not driving. Because I have a car. I guess those ones that have cars.
You don't
You
When
don't
you're
get
in
to
Uber a
use
lot
it,
and everything, or getting driven around. The only time I'm in Ubers or cabs is when I'm like going to the airport or coming back from the airport, And so yeah, I was. The woman is driving. She's taking me to go and eat. I was like, ladies, I get it. I get it. I didn't pay the bill. They dropped me at. They dropped me at home. I was like,
Fantastic.
Tito's
All right.
friends are the
Guys,
realest
it's
G's.
been-
And it says a lot about you too.
Yeah, because you have this kind of friends.
Yeah.
like you guys.
It's
So-
been wild and amazing. Like
Thank
you
you
guys,
guys
I
for
had
coming
fun.
on. We had so much fun.
I
with
can't
you.
believe it's already
and,
time.
and we've learned quite a bit.
Yeah.
Glad-
And I'm
glad you
sure
have-
Our
the
viewers.
crew.
Yes. So guys, okay, so do you want to close this?
Yeah. So thank you very much for coming on, and thank you guys. Always thank you for staying with us, watching week after week, liking, subscribing,
Subscribe.
sharing,
Please.
and leaving comments. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
So now we're gonna go off and play a game. Yeah, you know what's gonna happen. But yeah.
Why did that sound?
You saw this somehow, yeah.
It sounded. It's only me.
They
Okay,
understand.
it's not only me. It's not only me.
They
that
understand.
They
hear
understand.
it
You
that way.
understand.
Peace in the Middle East.
Yeah. Catch you guys on the other side.
Hi again, and thank you for joining us again on another game challenge. And this time we're matching the cans,
Yes, we are.
and we're going to have how many attempts?
One attempt each.
One.
So we have one attempt each to match the cans with what is the cans in the box.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So
Who's going first?
so rock paper scissors. Rock, paper, scissors. Okay, you want. I was gonna say best of three, but
What's that one for? Okay, they're not going to tell us if.
they will say one is red, one is red, no.
Because you said 0.
Aren't you supposed to tell me something?
But you have to be done now.
Yeah.
One. Yes.
Okay. Still. What kind of combinations are these?
No, it's my turn. Ah.
He said, right. So if two are right here, I move the two at the end. I can't remember what the hell is I did. Now I'm stuck. I think I'm these two, right? These two, so a little bit. Okay, so now I know. I have scattered the two is right.
I've not said I'm right. I've gotten it.
Okay.
Hmm.
Aye, she has just destroyed it. And I cannot even fulfill. Alright. My mathematical mind has been. They better say 3 is right. That's the only way that I'm going to let this go.
Yes. Eh? One is right. Hell.
I've completely destroyed any possibility that I may have had to try to fix this because I was with it was a pattern. So I had this, but I can't remember this.
Are you done?
Yes, I'm done.
What? None is right.
So just put this two.
Wait.
It's not going to be challenging. It's good to do.
When they said 2 was right.
I don't know.
Now I'm scared. So I'd like to close today's episode. Finally!
I'm going to take it like a man.
Yes.
This one I'm taking it like a man.
Please do.
I lost fair and square.
And square.
You scattered that thing. I won't forget.
We do not say my scratching, that is cheating.
You scattered it. You cheat. You scattered it. But I already had it when they said 2 is right. I was like, they just moved.
So yes, thank you so much. We'll see you next time. Please do not forget to subscribe, like, share, and leave a comment below. And hope to see you next time. Take care.
Take care.
Bye. I think my sister, from conversations we have, was always.
I'm not sure if you use your sister. Just say a friend.
Okay,
of mine.
sorry. I shall
Because
not.
there's only one sister that's not married.
Okay, true. Okay, all right. So
Oh.
please take that out. So before she will come for me.